Hello, I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. It's brought to you by the Dolores County Broadcasting Network with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association, which is the special district association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there's a news story or event information you'd like to share, contact us at 970-677-4119. And if you're a business or organization or individual, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Tuesday program for February 9th, 2021, DCTV Daily News. So one of the good parts of being in February, it's a short month. Oh, and there's Valentine's Day on Sunday for those who like to celebrate that. Buying chocolate on half price the evening of or day after also has its advantages if you don't mind the heart shapes and red wrappers. And it'll seem like we are on the way to spring with many days into the mid to upper 40s, gasp. But some warmer days may be misleading as we still have March with its mix of warm and cold days, and thankfully right now there does seem to be a longer term outlook of some additional rain and snow in the next 60 days. By Easter, which falls on April 4th this year, we should be holding up into the 50s more steadily. And now, if we can just catch a spring without gale force winds, that'll be nice, right? We have been looking to stay away from that extraordinary drought level we remain in for Dolores County. Thankfully, around the state, some of the drought level has been lessened. The Journal writes that a shot of winter weather has put southwest Colorado in contention for a normal snow year, but La Nina could get in the way. Recent snowfall put Cortez precipitation near the 30-year average for January and the winter season, said Jim Andrews, local weather observer for the National Weather Service. Mountain snowpack also made decent gains. For Cortez, January had 0.78 inches of precipitation, which is 89% of the normal, 88 inches for the month. The total includes snow water equivalent of the snowfall. When just snowfall is measured, Cortez was above average for January, Andrews said. About 11.5 inches of snow came down, which is 111% of the normal 9.7 inches. For the winter season to date, Cortez has had 20.1 inches of snow, or 95% of the average 21.2 inches through January. The winter season is from October to May. Remember, our last frost date sometimes is around June 10th or so. We've got a good start for 2021, but we have a lot of ground to cover, Andrews said. The San Juan Mountains saw improved snowpack in late January. On February 4th, snow water equivalent for the Dolores Basin portion of the San Juans was 79% of the average, up from 64% of average on January 11th. The combined snow water equivalent for the San Miguel, Dolores, Animas, and San Juan basins, that's that left corner down there, was 83% of normal as of February 5th. The Telluride ski area reported a 46-inch base on February 4th with 6 inches in the past 24 hours. Conditions were powder and powder packed. Purgatory reported a 46-inch base and 3 inches of fresh snow in the past 24 hours with conditions packed powder and powder. Andrews said that recent low pressure in the region helped to draw the jet stream further south, and with it came 3 good storms. Variations in upper air patterns have increased the chances for meaningful precipitation, he said, but there's a lot of catching up to do. Southwest Colorado remains still in the exceptional drought category, or the extraordinary drought, the highest of 5 drought levels according to the U.S. Drought Monitor. The dry spell stems from 2020, which saw just 6.49 inches of precipitation in Cortez, for instance, or 52% of the normal 12.7. I'd use 2 words to describe why: La Nina, said Andrews. The weather phenomena is caused when the equatorial Pacific cools below average, global climate change, which can lead to a winter storm pattern that does not favor the Southwest. Its opposite, El Nino, is when the equatorial Pacific warms above the average, which increases probability for a more southern storm track through the 4 corners for the winter. La Nina is expected to continue through the northern hemisphere through the winter with a 55% chance of transitioning to neutral in spring. That according to National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA. The Cortez weather forecast shows a warming trend with high to in the mid to high 40s through next Thursday, according to Weather Services. Similarly, here in Dove Creek, with a mixed potential of rain and snow showers possible off and on, are headed our way through Sunday at least. So now let's take a look at the details for our local weather forecast. So today, a 20% chance of showers after 4 p.m. with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 48 degrees. South-southwest winds are 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight again, look for around a 30% slight chance of rain and showers before 10 p.m. Then a chance of snow showers, cloudy with a low around 28 on the overnight with southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. For Wednesday, we're looking at a 30% chance of snow showers before noon and then a slight chance of rain showers in the early afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies and a high near 45 with those southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming south-southwest in the afternoon. And into Wednesday night, partly cloudy and a low around 27 degrees. For Thursday, mostly sunny and a high near 47. South-southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles an hour becoming southwest in the afternoon. Thursday night, mostly cloudy and a low around 31. And more mix in the forecast for Friday, looking at a 40% chance for snow showers before 9 a.m. and then a chance of rain and snow showers leading into just rain possibly in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy and a high near 43 degrees. For Friday night, a slight chance of rain showers continues in the evening, and then a slight chance of rain and snow mix turning into just snow as the temperatures drop overnight to around 24 degrees for a low. Then for Saturday, we're looking to a partly sunny day and a high near 40 degrees. And then back again on Saturday night, a chance of rain and snow showers before 4 a.m. on the overnight, possibly turning to snow showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 20 degrees. And rounding out the weekend for Sunday, rain and snow showers likely, cloudy with a high near just 32 degrees, with Sunday night continuing with additional snow showers. That could be our best chance for a bit of accumulation, as Sunday night the temperatures will drop down to around 17. Mostly cloudy, and Monday some may have the day off for President's Day, Monday the 15th. We'll get more details on how that weekend's looking as we head through the week. And now, back to the news. Is Colorado heading for increases in the cost of gasoline? No, this isn't actually a federal issue, though that's a potential for down the line as concerns are raised about rising gasoline costs passed on to consumers. No, this is a state level issue. Complete Colorado page 2 offered this read on what may be happening for the future cost to the consumer for gas at the pumps. Colorado voters in November emphatically endorsed tougher rules to keep our state's politicians from violating the spirit of the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights, or TABOR. Now, only a little over 2 months later, those politicians are cooking up a new plan to create an end run around TABOR that would cost the state's drivers millions. The lack of respect for the people who elected them is breathtaking, he writes. Proposals for what supporters are calling a quote, gas fee, it's an increase in the gas tax, don't be fooled, would be a blatant violation of TABOR and particularly insulting in light of the expansion of taxpayer protections that were approved in November in votes to reject 2 other road funding proposals for 2018. The message this sends to every Coloradan who voted to strengthen TABOR and to oppose the 2018 initiatives is that the politicians in Denver don't seem to care what you say, no matter how often you say it. So we'll just have to say it again and even louder. If the message sent by politicians is we don't care what you think, our message to them has been and continues to be stop wasting our money, set priorities, and make better use of the money we are already sending you. This new fee, whose cost has yet to be determined, would be in addition to the state's 22-cent per gallon gas tax, which is in addition to the federal 18.4 cents per gallon tax. That ranks Colorado in the bottom 5th among the states. But that's not the whole story, because a sizable portion of what the state collects at the pump is spent on things other than roads. Only 11 states divert more of their gas tax money to non-highway projects than does Colorado. More than 1 of every 10 gas tax dollars is spent elsewhere. In the 2018 budget year, that meant almost $72 million that should have gone to roads and bridges was wasted on something else. And it's actually even worse than it seems. According to the Reason Foundation Colorado, quote, Colorado allows cities and counties to spend up to 15% of their share on transit and 5% on administration. Therefore, the diversion rate for Colorado underestimates the actual amount of gas tax revenue that is diverted. So Governor Jared Polis has made funding transportation and infrastructure a priority for the 21 legislative session. His strategic transportation plan carries a tab of almost $3.5 billion, that's with a B, but only about $2 billion has been accounted for. That gives us a starting point for the potential cost of any proposals to come. A quote fee on gas is just a gas tax by another name, driving up the cost of driving to work, to school, to the grocery store, to Mesa Verde, up Pikes Peak, or through Rocky Mountain National Park. Whatever you call it, This new fee would increase the cost of almost everything you buy. Less money in your pocket, more money for spendthrift politicians to waste. If it looks like a duck, acts like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Our advice for lawmakers is to get their ducks in a row before demanding taxpayers pay for more sauce. If our legislators spend half as much time developing innovative solutions to challenging problems as they do trying to finagle their way around voter approval, they could get a lot more accomplished. Having just voted to strengthen Tabor, perhaps it's already time to consider how we can make our state's taxpayer protections even stronger. This as reported by Jesse Mallory, who covers much of the legislature and Tabor issues in Colorado. So maybe if you live under a rock, as they say, that might be the only way you missed that another big rock fell onto southwest Colorado highways last Friday. The initial report stated the boulder fell onto Route 145, blocking traffic, and then over the weekend and into Monday, there continued to be delays expected as they worked through the process of blowing it up and getting the debris off the road to open that lane up. The Journal updated that travelers were expected to expect traffic delays on Monday on Colorado Highway 145 north of Dolores. Crews will perform blasting operations. They began at 10 a.m. and will result in a 30-minute to 1-hour traffic stop. Before and after the blasting, travelers will continue to encounter brief delays. Travelers are strongly urged to slow down and watch for workers and heavy equipment. Motorists should follow the guidance of a temporary portable light signal and or flagging personnel. No oversized loads are permitted until further notice. On Friday, CDOT crews blasted a 200-ton boulder that fell on the highway near Stoner. A large portion of the huge boulder still remains on the roadway and requires blasting. Todd Jones of CDOT said that they drilled 25 holes in the original boulder with a rock drill where dynamite sticks were placed. 20 of the holes were 6 feet deep and 5 were 4 feet deep. 16 pounds of dynamite was used to blow the boulder apart. The blast sent a plume of red dust high into the air and scattered debris across the highway. Engineers suspect freeze-thaw action caused fractures in a cliff band that resulted in that rockfall. Thanks to CDOT workers and Dove Creek Press for ongoing sharing of photos and the status of the road and of the cleanup event, where here we have photos shown from Jim Mimiaga of the Journal, Jeremy Lawrence, CDOT, and Misty Joe on Facebook. What's happening Southwest High Country? Well, my favorite day, it's National Pizza Day. That's according to the calendars online. And a brief history states that though flatbreads with toppings were consumed by ancient Egyptians, Romans, and Greeks, maybe even Sumerians, the modern birthplace of the pizza is southwestern Italy's Campania region, home to Naples. Founded around 600 BC as a Greek settlement, Naples in the 1700s and early 1800s was a thriving waterfront city. Technically an independent kingdom, it was notorious for its throngs of working poor, or lazzaroni. These Neapolitans required inexpensive food that could be consumed quickly. Pizza, flatbreads with toppings that can be eaten for every meal, fulfilled this need. These early pizzas featured tasty toppings such as tomatoes, cheese, oil, anchovies, and garlic. More well-off Italian authors judged Naples' innovation, often calling their eating habits disgusting. In 1861, Italy finally unified, and King Umberto I and Queen Margherita visited Naples in 1889. Legend says, because history is for those who are the victors, legend says that the traveling pair, maybe I have some pizza caught in my throat, that the traveling pair became bored with their steady diet of French cuisine and asked for an assortment of pizzas from the city's pizzeria Brandy, founded in 1760. The variety the Queen enjoyed the most was called pizza mozzarella, a pie topped with the soft white cheese, red tomatoes, and green basil, much resembling the Italian flag. Since then, this particular choice of toppings has been dubbed the Margherita pizza, and there's no tequila in it, it's spelled differently. However, even with the Queen's love for the dish, pizza would remain little known in Italy beyond Naples' borders until the 1940s. Across the sea, immigrants to the United States from Naples were replicating their flatbreads in New York and other American cities. They were coming for factory jobs, but accidentally made a culinary statement. Relatively quickly, the flavors and aromas of pizza began to intrigue non-Neapolitans, Neapolitans, and non-Italians alike. But wait, you thought it couldn't get better. It is also Bagel and Lox Day. More popular on the East Coast, bagels are one of the few breads that are boiled and then baked. This creates a soft inside while keeping a crisp outside. Bagels originated in Poland in the early 17th century, apparently, and now sell over $1 billion worth each year in the United States. Fresh New York bagels cannot be beat, and lox are smoked salmon If you didn't know, that morsel of knowledge often draped over a heavy smear of cream cheese. So now we have two options of what to munch on today as we start the attention of the nation on the bizarre second attempt on an impeachment on Trump, whether valid or constitutionally not, seeing that it's apparently not an office-holding president. It'll be crazy no matter which newscaster you listen to. Just try not to get indigestion. To catch this program online, visit our Facebook page, which is DCTV Daily News, or also online on YouTube. Both you can follow or subscribe to easily and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station, so if you have something that you would like to share, please email me at dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station and leave me a message at 970-677-4119. Thanks for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your friends and family. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Be well and keep thinking for yourself.